Do you know why these little French treats called chouquettes? Chou in French means cabbage. When they bake, they look like small teeny cabbages. Usually they serve small, just topped with the pearl sugar, but today we're going to make the modern versions. We are filling them with the classic French Crème Diplomate. It's a perfect balance between crunchy shell and cloud-like center. So let's get started. We start by bringing 100 grams of milk, 100 grams of water, 100 grams of butter, and 4 grams of salt and 6 grams of sugar to a boil. Meanwhile, prepare 120 grams of flour and 230 grams of eggs. Just slightly beat it. Once it becomes simmering, remove from the heat and add flour at once. Mix everything together and mix well. It will take about 1 to 2 minutes. Mix everything until you will not see any dry lumps. So once flour absorbs all liquids and you will not see any dry spots, bring back to medium heat. Mix constantly to prevent it burning from the bottom. We're going to cook and dry out our dough. So why we do that? We're gelatinizing the starches to make the dough stronger, to hold all the steam later, to make the chouquettes empty inside. Look at this clear film on the bottom of the pan, and it means the dough is ready. The next step, transfer the hot dough in the mixer bowl. Use paddle attachment. And we're going to mix the dough about 2 to 3 minutes. We need to cool down it to 45 to 50 Celsius or 150 to 120 Fahrenheit before we add our egg mixture. So let's check temperature with the thermometer. 45 Celsius or 115 Fahrenheit, so it's ready to add our egg mixture. We add the eggs in 4 parts and make sure the previous part fully incorporated before we add next, to prevent it from splitting. Sometimes we need less eggs, sometimes we need a little bit more eggs. It depends on the flour you use and it depends how long time you dry out the dough in the pan before. So I think it's enough. So it should be a little bit liquidy, but it's have to hold like a V shape. So let's transfer the dough to a pastry bag. I'm using crown piping peak with 10 mm size. Remove all bubbles from the pastry bag and scrape the dough. Dough is ready to pipe. Let's talk about the baking sheet. I'm using aluminum baking sheet with the 2 perforated silicone mats. This mat has little holes that allow air circulated from the bottom and giving you the perfect flat base and even rise. Some of them already marked for the eclairs or the chouquettes. If yours isn't, you can use the little trick. Take a metal ring and flour and make marks by yourself. Make sure you keep enough space between chouquettes because air have circulated between them. Keep a bag straight up and down. Press evenly, stop and swirl. Press, stop, swirl. Press, stop, swirl. To control how the chouquette rise and make it perfect dome, we're going to use the pearl sugar. Sprinkle generously. Take another baking tray and remove exits. Our chouquettes ready to bake. Put it at 350 Fahrenheit or 180 Celsius for 20 minutes, then bring down temperature for 320 Fahrenheit or 160 Celsius for another 10 to 15 minutes. And it's very important, make sure you don't open the oven door for the first 25 minutes. While our dough in the oven, let's make a pastry cream that will turn into a diplomat cream later. Take 400 grams of milk, 80 grams of sugar, half of here, half of 2 egg yolks, 1 tablespoon of vanilla paste or vanilla extract or even vanilla pods, and bring it to a low simmering. Mix to spread vanilla paste evenly. To make a Crème Diplomate more stable, we're going to add the gelatin to a pastry cream. Take 30 grams of water and 5 grams of gelatin powder. So basic ratio is 1 gram of gelatin and 6 grams of water. Mix well and set aside. The 5 to 10 minutes will be enough to make gelatin ready to work. Meanwhile, combine remaining sugar with the egg yolks. Add 20 grams of cornstarch and flour. So make sure you don't have any dry spots. Turn off the heat, take milk and temper the egg yolks, little by little. So mix everything well. Pour the mixture back into a saucepan and bring back to medium heat. Use whisk and mix constantly. When it becomes thick and bubbling, cook about 2 minutes or until it reaches 85 Celsius or 185 Fahrenheit. Remove from the heat. Mix. Sometimes if you didn't mix well or the temperature was higher than 85 Celsius or 185 Fahrenheit, you will see the flakes from the eggs because you cook the eggs. Don't worry, just take an immersion blender and blend it until smooth or pass through the sieve. Now add the gelatin mass and mix well, and 40 grams of butter. So now transfer pastry cream to a baking tray to cool it down faster. Cover it with a plastic wrap in touch to prevent the surface dry. Cool it down at room temperature about 30 minutes and then place it to a fridge for another 30 minutes, at least 30 minutes. Look at these beautiful chouquettes. Look at this beautiful, nice even color, flat bottom and a nice round top. It's perfect chouquettes. So it's very important to remove it from the baking sheet while it's hot. Even if something little stick, just use the kitchen tools. The next important step, take a knife and make a small holes on the bottom to let the steam goes out from chouquettes. So let's take a look at the inside of the chouquettes. It's crunchy outside, empty inside, just right for our fillings. You can control the size of the chouquettes. If you don't want to fill it with any cream, just make it twice or even 3 times smaller. Now let it cool down while we're preparing our diplomat cream. Pastry cream has been chilled and perfectly set. I will whisk it about 30 seconds until it's silky and smooth again. Take a mixer bowl, transfer pastry cream. So now it's look like a jelly. Use whisk. Look at this. Pastry cream ready. Take a 200 grams of heavy cream and I'm going to whip it until it's soft peaks. I'm using a hand whisk just because it's small bunch. If you make large amount, feel free to use mixer. So we are looking for the airy whipped cream, not a stiff. Next step, let's fold it into a pastry cream in 2 stages. Gently fold the whipped cream into a pastry cream. Be patient because first part usually takes more time. And that second part. Make sure you fold gently to keep all air from the whipped cream into a pastry cream. So Crème Diplomate is ready. Look at this beautiful texture. Let it dry. So let it transfer to a pastry bag. Today I'm using the thin long nozzle. It's giving me more control to fill every corner inside of the chouquettes. So it's time to filling. I move the nozzle in every corner on the chouquettes. Fill slowly, but all the way down, because the pressure can crack the beautiful shell. Dust with icing sugar. Classic French chouquettes with a vanilla Crème Diplomate. This looks beautiful, isn't it? It's a beautiful contrast with the white pearl sugar and icing sugar and golden brown crust. Look at this beautiful. So delicious, it's crunchy outside and creamy inside, looks good, perfect for weekend treat or even for the fancy event. So guys, try this recipe and let me know in the comments what do you think. Thanks for watching, join the channel for more, and I'll catch you in the next one.